The honourable member for Lac-La-Biche, St. Paul, Two Hills.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Communities like Calgary are nervously watching the weather, our flood season being in full swing while remembering the devastation of 2013. Numbers from Environment Park's own website shows that snowpack levels in the Bow River watershed are at or near record levels and far above the levels of 2013 that resulted in massive flooding downstream in Cochrane, Calgary and High River. What is the Premier doing in collaboration with our communities to be ready for the potential of flooding if these conditions continue to worsen?
Honourable Minister of Infrastructure and Transportation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Well, recent reports indicate that there may be a risk of flooding in southern Alberta and in Calgary again, Mr. Speaker. And it's something this government takes very seriously. We remember the devastation to people's lives and property during the last flood in 2013. Tens of thousands were forced from their homes, and there was over $6 billion in damage. So we're working hard, Mr. Speaker, to protect Albertans through the Springbank project and through a number of other flood mitigation projects to make sure that in the event of another flood, that people and their homes are protected, Mr. Speaker.
First supplemental.
Lessons learned from Slave Lake in 2011, Calgary in 2013, and Fort McMurray in 2016 should be a wake-up call. Disaster can strike communities at any time. Communities like Calgary, Drumheller, High River, Sundre, and more devote significant time and resources to be prepared for these natural disasters, but their citizens should not be expected to act as provincial first responders. What is the Premier doing to improve the response time of the Alberta Emergency Management Agency so regular Albertans are not put in harm's way?
The Honourable Minister of Environment and Parks.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And, you know, there's no question that the 2013 floods and last year the wildfire emergency situation in Wood Buffalo brought out the best in Albertans. And now our province in particular on the flooding question has redoubled our efforts to ensure that our communities are safe. We have much better river forecasting than we did prior to the 2013 flood, Mr. Speaker. Our government has invested in that coordination with municipalities as well. There's a lot more public information and there's a lot more coordination with municipalities on the question of river forecasting, Mr. Speaker.
Second supplemental.
Thank you. The 2012 report from Slave Lake Fire states sustainable resource development strategy should be a high state of readiness, coupled with a multi-ministry approach. That was the answer. Albertans are counting on this government to not leave them in the lurch and to be ready when disaster strikes. In 2016 in Fort McMurray, 4 years after the recommendations, we did not experience a high state of readiness, nor did we see a multi-ministerial approach. First reaction from the province took days. Can the Premier say specifically what is being done today to make sure that our province is at a high state of readiness for fire, flood, and other natural...
The Honourable Premier.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I do take some issue with the preamble that the member offered. In fact, last year, with the tragic situation with the Fort McMurray fire, of course, the Alberta Emergency Management Agency immediately brought everybody together into the Provincial Operations Centre, where, in fact, we worked across ministry in all ways in order to support the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo in their immediate response to an unprecedented disaster. Now, as the members opposite know, there will be additional reports going out which talk about how we can do better, and we can always do better, Mr. Speaker, and we're committed to that.
Thank you.